Good morning. Ryanair says it may move fleet out of the United Kingdom over Brexit. And Ryanair's an airline, so the fleet we're talking about is a fleet of aircraft. And this comes to us from CNN Money, July 24th, 2017. The first thing that's easy for us to point out and important is just how far the United Kingdom is from Portsmouth, Virginia. So we're studying here. London is 3,725 miles across the Atlantic Ocean, and it is only a few hundred miles from most European sites. Ryanair is Europe's largest airline, and it's a relatively new airline. I actually looked up some things on it to do this presentation. The company is headquartered in Dublin, Ireland. It is relatively new, just 20 or 30 years old. It's also a low-cost carrier. Does very little business in the United States, has just started to do something between Europe and New York. But one of the curious things is that Ryanair says it may have to move its entire fleet, or part of it, out of the United Kingdom if Brexit doesn't become clear. Now remember, Brexit is Britain's move to exit the European Union. If we don't have certainty about the legal basis for the operation of flights between the United Kingdom and the European Union, by the autumn of 2018, we may have to move United Kingdom-based aircraft to continental Europe. So if you remember back on the map I drew earlier, continental Europe was to the right and for the most part a little bit lower, or you could say to the east and a little bit lower than the UK. This comment comes from Ryanair's earnings statement. So, one of the things Britain needs to do now that it's leaving the European Union is negotiate access to the European Union's single aviation market. So keep in mind, European Union members can send aircraft any place from one capital to the other, but Britain will no longer be a part of the European Union. Britain also needs to negotiate the Open Skies Agreement, and this is an agreement between the United States and Europe. So now it'll fall to the United States and the EU. And basically it allows smooth and free access between markets in the United States and markets in Europe. But Britain no longer has automatic access to those markets. In fact, Britain will need to negotiate air agreements if it wants any international flights to and from the United Kingdom. British airlines like Ryanair that want to operate flights with European Union countries may have to work to establish new European Union subsidiaries, sorry about that, and rework their ownership structures. This is one of those weird complexities, you know, when you wonder, why can't a company be simple? Why not just have one company? Why have all these subsidiaries? Well, one thing is the subsidiaries can operate within a certain country and obey the laws of the country, whereas the large parent corporation based in another country may or may not be able to do that. There's already a precedent for this. One British airline has already set up a subsidiary in Vienna, Austria, which is of course part of the European Union, and they've done this to safeguard their status. There was a second round of talks between the European Union and the United Kingdom, and it ended with the European Union demanding that Britain clarify its trade position on a lot of issues. Well, That's all for the day. Certainly, you're starting to see the complexities of the United Kingdom trying to leave the European Union. Take care.